Hey, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Airflare. Now, I'm going to be doing something that a lot of people I think have wanted to see. This is going to be a tutorial on how to make a YouTube background. Now, this isn't going to be your average mamby-pamby Photoshop YouTube background. No. We're going to take time on this and we're going to try to make it look as best as possible. We're going to use several different programs to make this look the best as we can. This is going to be a several part video. I can't cram it all into one because I can't upload a video that long. It would be a very long video. So part one today is going to be using C4D. If you don't have C4D, you can acquire it. It's a paid program. I didn't pay. Well, I did pay for it. Wink, wink. But you can work your way around that, of course. So here's Cinema 4D. I already have it open because it takes quite a while to open. I will say so myself. So first thing we're going to do is using these controls up here, you can kind of move the screen around so you can adjust it to however you want, wherever you want. First thing we're going to do is press Control plus B and go to Output. Now we're going to change these numbers to 1920 by 1080. Now the reason I do this is because it's the highest resolution possible. Well, not the highest, but it's quite high. It's a very high resolution. I don't want your update. Go away. Now we're going to go to save and make this a PNG. The reason we save it as a PNG is because PNGs do not have backgrounds. So this way when we put it into Photoshop later, there will be no white background around it, which is good. And we also want to check alpha channel. Now go to Effect, select Ambient Occlusion and Global Illumination. You want those two selected because they're going to make it look sexy. Alright. So, first thing we're going to do now is go to MoGraph, MoText. Now, we're going to center this, and we're going to change the text. Change it to whatever you want, whatever your channel name is, whatever you want it to say. Mine, in this case, is Airflare, so we're going to make it that. And we're going to change the font. You can use whatever font you want. I use Raise 1 Original. It's a graffiti font. It looks really nice. So yeah, let's just center this. And I don't know if you guys can see, but on the screen are two very faint gray lines. I have centered the text inside them. Right here there's one, as you can see, and right here there's one, as you can see. Now that is your field of view. You cannot go outside of that. If you do, you won't be able to see the whole thing, so make sure that you stay within those lines. We're going to change the depth to 120, and now we're going to click this up here, Control C, Control V. Now all we did was made an exact copy of the original one, so we're going to make the depth on the second one 60. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to a bit of a top view here, and we're going to drag this little blue arrow to about the middle so that it looks like that. Now we're going to add a fillet cap to this. Go to caps right here, then fillet cap and fillet cap. Now we're going to change each of these to 10 because it's going to make it a little bit bigger. That's what she said, but not going into that. Now select the other text right here, go to caps, and then put another fillet cap on each of these, but keep it at default 5. So as you can see, what that did is it kind of stuck up the middle a little bit, so it looks a bit better now. I will say so myself. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, no, we're not done with the text yet. Y'all was thinking he's done already? No, I'm not. Alright, so we're going to click on each of these and press C. Okay, so as you can see, what that did is it put two little pluses here. Now if we click those pluses, we can see all of our letters here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all these letters and click them and drag them over. Okay, whoops. Boom. Now we're going to do that for both sets of text that we made. The reason I do this is because it makes it just a little bit easier to work with them. So yeah. Now let's drag these over here. Boom. Perfect. Now as you can see, we have all of our letters here, easy to access. So now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and move on to making our colors. So go down to Materials right here, File, New Material, and we're going to make this a nice green. So let's make the green out of the RGB, 255, and let's make this, let's make it like 125. Alright, then let's make this 0. So we have a little, it's a nice limeish green there. Now we're going to go to Basic, and we're going to check Luminance and Reflection. Now, you're probably wondering, you ruined it, what did you do? No, just wait. Now, let's go to Luminance, and we're going to change the brightness to 10. And we're going to go to Reflection, change that to 25 because that's going to give it a very nice kind of glossy look, as you can see as soon as it renders. There we go. So it looks very nice now. Now if we go to specular, we're going to change the width to 55 as well as the height also to 55. Now fall off we're going to make negative 22. What that does is it makes it a little bit more defined. The light now is a little bit brighter. It's a little bit more sharp. It's not as diluted, as if you know what I'm saying. So it looks very nice now. Now all we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to Control C, Control V, copy it, and paste it if it will. There we go. I don't know why I didn't the first time. Alright, so now we're going to select the second one and we're going to change the color. What should we make it? Let's make it white. Alright, so select 255 for all of the RGB to make it white. And keep all the rest of the settings the same. Now, to make this look rather nice, what we're going to do is we're going to drag the green texture to every other letter. So we're going to drag it to the A, the R, the L, the first I, and the R. Now we're going to add white to the ones that we did not put green on. So that's the I, the F, the A, the I, and the E. So as you can see, that's looking very nice. Now we're going to do the same for the top layer of text. We're going to put green on the I, not the A, because we don't want them to be the same. So we're going to intermatch these as well. So as you can see, kind of what I'm doing is I'm just interchanging them still. So each letter has each color on it. The fillet cap that we made in the middle, that we made stick up just a little bit, is going to have the other color. So as you can see how along the top here goes white, green, it kind of interchanges. That's what we want. So the text is looking pretty much complete. I'm not going to take the time to go into huge detail on this text because you can really customize it any way you want. You can select each individual letter, like the I, and then you can use these controls over here to like rotate it any way you want. You can do almost anything you want. But we're not going to go into that because the video would be too long. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our little light right here, and we're going to make sure it's on the arrow tool, and we're just going to drag the light over and back. We're going to drag it back pretty far because we want the entire thing to be illuminated. Now we're going to drag it to about like that, so we have some nice fall off shadows on the edges and it's pretty bright in the middle. That's kind of how we want it. Now if you want, actually let's not do that, never mind, discard what I just said. Now pretty much we're already done, so all we have to do is render it, and it should render it out very nicely. It should look pretty sexy. So I'm just going to change the view a little bit because I want it to be more top. I want it to be a little bit more of a top view. You can make it look however you want. You can change the angle to whatever suits your fancy. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, here we go. So that's looking pretty nice right there. I really like how that looks. So we're going to go ahead and click this little button right here that says render. And as you can see, it's going to start rendering our image. So these little lines, or these little dots that it's making, like these green and white dots, are the program C4D calculating where global illumination and ambient occlusion should be placed to where it looks the best. Now this is going to take quite a while to render. It's probably going to take, since I'm recording, it's probably going to take me 5 minutes if I continued recording through it. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and I will continue once it's finished rendering, and I'll show you what to do from there. Hold up. Alright, we're back. As you can see, it took it about 13 minutes to render all that. So yeah, it took quite a while. But it's looking pretty nice. It looks just how we want it. So we're going to go ahead and save it. So go to File, Save As. Make sure it's a PNG. Remember, we don't want those ugly white backgrounds later. So PNG, okay? And you can save it wherever you want. I'm going to go ahead and save it to my desktop because that way it's readily available. I can see it easy. And we're just going to call it Tutorial. And by the way, guys, I hope this really helped you out. If it did, please rate, comment, and subscribe the video. It really helps me out a lot. I just started on YouTube, and it would really mean the world to me if I could get out there and help more people with their tutorials. So let's go ahead and look at this real quick. Make sure it looks how we want it. Actually, never mind. It's going to be too long. Anyways, guys, I hope this helped.